Welcome! Today's class is all about improving your mood, and so we will focus on the areas of our body that typically hold the most stress and tension, which are our shoulders, our chest, our back, and our hips. And then at the end, we'll go through a guided meditation. So hopefully at the end of this, we'll be able to just feel more pleasant and happy and be able to enjoy our day more. Let's start in our easy pose with our legs crossed, and we'll take a big full inhale through the nose. And an exhale out through the nose as well. Breathing deeply into your belly, inhale and exhale. One last time, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Place your right hand onto your heart, your left hand onto your belly, and repeat in your mind, "May these practices bring peace and clarity to any chaos that surrounds me." Again, may these practices bring peace and clarity to any chaos that surrounds me. Place your hands back down onto your knees and open your eyes. Cross your right leg over your bent left leg. Wrap your left arm around your right leg. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to look back behind you in a spiral. Allowing your mind to be calm and still here as we work through these areas of the body to open up and to let go of any stress or worry that we might be experiencing. Your breath will really help you find that, so keep breathing deeply into the belly as you inhale and as you exhale. Return to the center, change sides. Left leg will come over the top, right arm will wrap around. Inhale, lengthen, grow tall. Exhale, twist and look back behind you. As you sit here, see if you can keep both of your sit bones down onto the mat. And if you can make your back really long and tall, and then move all your ribs over to the left side of your leg, finding a really nice spiral from head all the way down through your spine and ending at your tailbone. Release back to the front. Move onto your hands and your knees. Come back into a child's pose, releasing your head down onto the mat and stretching your arms out long in front of you. Take big, relaxing breaths here as you allow your body to sink over your heels and the heaviness of your body to help stretch your legs as you fold into a ball. Look up, walk your hands back up to a seated position. Now grab your strap, and you're welcome to sit on your knees for this next one like I'm doing here, or if that's too intense, you can always come back to your easy pose or your crisscross applesauce. I'm going to turn to the back so you can see what I'm doing here. The right hand is going to take a hold of the strap. It's going to go over your head. Your left arm will reach around behind you, and you'll take the strap. You'll walk your fingers as close as you can get them together. You'll reach your top elbow up to the ceiling and try to press your head up into the elbow here. Keep breathing and stretching. This is a really good stretch for your shoulders. And if you don't need the strap and you can reach and clasp your fingers together, go ahead and just do that. If you have tight shoulders and you need the strap, go ahead and use the strap. You can see that I use the strap for this pose. No big deal. As you're holding, try not to clench onto the strap. Try and have just a loose grip so that you're not creating extra tension. You're opening up and stretching rather than creating more stress in the body. Big full breaths are very helpful here. on this, so I confused myself, and this is the other side for me, but while I was mirroring you, I should have done the same side twice because I had turned around. But your left arm is going to go over, your right arm will go back behind, and you'll take a hold of the strap, and again, you'll try to press your elbow back and lift your chin out of your chest. And you might notice, for me, there's a big discrepancy between one side and the other side. One side my fingers can touch, the other side they're not close. So just do your best to get as even as you can here. I'm going to turn back to the side so that I can be back in the same position that I started in for this next pose. But keep breathing and holding, working to lengthen your spine and not push your rib cage forward, but let it close back. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. And we'll release the strap completely now and move it off to the side of your mat where it won't be in your way. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reach your chest up and exhale, fold with your head coming down to the mat. Your arms will come over your face as much as they can. And as you hold here, see if you can keep the palms of your hands from spreading away from each other. Keep them close together so your shoulder blades really have to open, and this will give a beautiful opening through the front side of your body into your chest and your pectoral muscles. Inhale, lift back up, and we'll move into our hands and knees pose, tabletop, to set up for our down dog position. From the tabletop, we'll tuck our toes underneath, press with the hands, lift the hips up, and release the chest back towards the thighs. Again, don't dump into your lower back. Press your ribs up in towards your back or in towards your spine. Press all the knuckles of your hands down into the mat. Try to lengthen your heels towards the mat and get as much stretch in the back of your legs, your hamstrings as you can. Breathe deeply and fully here, really imagining that you could have a straight line without any dip in the lower back. Straight line from tail to head. Inhale, look between your hands. Step your right foot up into a low lunge. Drop down and we'll hold here. Stretching and lengthening, making a straight line again from the tail to the head. Really pressing the back heel towards the wall behind you. Finding that runner's lunge. Breathing in and out. Lift all the way up. Reach your back arm to your back leg, and your front arm will go up over your head. You'll keep pulling your belly button in as you lift your chest to the ceiling. Find an arch and hold it there. Breathing and stretching, opening your heart center to the sky. Release back down, place your hands, and step back to your downward dog. Really work to find the opening in the chest and the shoulders rather than just through the lower back. The knees are always welcome to bend in a down dog if you have tight hamstrings. Look forward, step the left foot between your hands and come into that low runner's lunge. Dropping the hips down, spreading the legs away from each other. As you lift and look forward in front of you, opening through your chest and breathing deeply. Back heel is reaching to the wall behind you. Big open space between your front leg and your back leg. Lift up, your front arm will go to the inside of your leg and your back arm will lift overhead as you arch and look up. Reaching to the furthest part of your leg as you can with your arm and stretching the opposite arm up over your head. And relax back down. Both hands will plant as you step your foot back to down dog. Take your breath here. Big full inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Look forward. Step the right foot back up. Turn the left foot out on a 45-degree angle. Lift up. Turn your back leg out. Your front leg should be 90 degrees or less from your heel to your knee. Lift your arms overhead. Tuck your pelvis under to try and create that nice long line in your back. And look up as you reach into your warrior one, separating the legs. The back blade of your back foot should be down onto the mat. And you're opening your heart. Hands back down. Step back to a down dog. Take a breath. And then step the left foot up. Turn the right foot out to a 45-degree angle. Front leg should be opening out, turning out. Front leg 90 degrees or less. Hips square to the front. Lift your belly up as you gaze up in between your hands. And stretch and lengthen in this warrior one pose. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Having a strong body, strong legs. Hands back down to the mat. Step the feet back. Down dog. Look between your hands. Step your left foot up between the hands. Reach all the way up and turn to face me with your toes rotating outward. You'll drop down your hips. Your knees are going to open out over your pinky toe. Reach your arms overhead. Elbows pull down in a goalpost chest lifts. Reach overhead and stretch the chest to the ceiling. Arms go up. Elbows pull down as you lift your chest again up. It's kind of like a swimming to the ceiling as you lift the arms overhead and then expand your chest and look up. Here's our last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows down. Lift the chest, hold it there. Press the knees out over the pinky toe. Lift your heart up and release down. Hands will come onto the insides of your knees. Press into your right knee as you rotate your right shoulder in and look over your left shoulder. Really pressing open through your hips and dropping and sinking down. Other side, rotate into the left. Look over your right shoulder. Nice big twist through the spine. Continue to open those knees over the pinky toe side. Release, point your toes forward. You'll release your head down to the mat, hands on the mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold down. Your elbows will pull together. And you'll try to lengthen your spine all the way from your tailbone to the top of your head. So long that if you really stretched, you could put your head down onto the mat. Try to shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, bend over to the left and to the right, just sweeping your body side to side as your knees bend one side to the other side. Sweeping your hands or maybe your forearms along the floor as you gently bend into one leg and shift your body weight side to side. Come back to center. Fold down one more time as deeply as you can get. Lengthening all the way through the spine. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands forward. Find that length in your back. Place your hands onto your hips and lift up through a flat back all the way to standing. Feet will come together. Step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward from your waist and release your chest down towards your thighs. Try to find that crease, that really deep hip crease, so that your lower body and your upper body are making contact. The upper body is draped over the lower body, and the crease is so deep that you can actually touch your belly to your thigh. Bend the knees if you need to. The weight will be forward towards the front of your toes rather than onto your heels. Inhale, lengthen forward to a flat back. Place your hands onto the mat. Step your feet back to plank and then drop the knees down. Find your tabletop position. Cross your legs underneath you or swing your legs around. And we'll come into a butterfly with the soles of the feet together. I'll turn so you can see. Soles of the feet will come together, move so you can sit comfortably on both sit bones. You'll open your hips and you'll reach forward through a lengthened flat back. Your shoulders should not round forward here. Keep a hold of your ankles. See if you can use your elbows to prop onto your knees and then press gently down to give more opening through your hips. Try and open the shoulders without letting them roll inward. Keep them open and wide so the chest is also expanding. And on your exhale, see if you can lower just a little deeper. Inhale, we will come all the way up and we're going to cradle our leg. You'll pick up your right leg. Your left arm will come underneath with your fingers pointed up to the ceiling. And you'll push into your knee with your opposite hand and you'll rock back and forth. If that is not enough stretch, you can actually put your foot into the crook of your elbow and wrap your hands in front. And you're just going to wiggle side to side here, rocking out, working into your hip joint. And feel free to stay where you have tightness. So work on an area that feels like really tight and tense and play in that area for a little bit. We're all different in where we feel tightness and tension, so find where that is for you and see if you can massage and work that area out a little bit here. Release the foot down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. The left foot will come. You can either wrap your foot around with your fingertips to the ceiling and then press into your knee and go side to side, or you can wrap all the way around like you're cradling a baby. And then just moving side to side, turning the hip inward or outward a little, working into your rotators on the back side of your hips. Rolling and rocking, releasing tension, doing what feels good for you today at this time. Just about finished with this side. Keep working it out and release everything down. Open your legs out into a V. How wide the V is will depend on how flexible you are. If your chest is back and you're rounding through your spine, bring your legs in so that you can sit your shoulders right up over your hips. You want a nice lengthened spine. And your legs should be able to rotate open. So you'll see that in your feet. If your feet are rolling inward, bring your legs closer together and sit up even taller. So we want that outward rotation in our hips. We want the alignment of the shoulders and the hips over top of one another. When you find that alignment, walk your hands forward just as far as you can go where you're not rounding through the spine and your legs aren't rolling inward. So go as far forward as you can, maintaining that alignment in your hips and your spine. And hold it there. Nice, full, even breaths. So also give a nice stretch through your inner thighs as you hold and try to relax any tightness. Let go of tension. Feel your body hang heavy as you fold more and more forward here. Walking the arms out even longer, folding down even deeper. Full big breaths. And walk yourself all the way back up to a seated position. Use your hands to move the legs back in. And windshield wiper your knees from side to side to release and reset. Come back to center. I'm going to turn to the side here so that I can be on my mat long ways. Tabletop position. Round your spine by pushing your ribs up into your spine. Reach down, touch your forehead to the mat. Inhale, look forward, lift up. Exhale, release head to mat. Inhale, lift, look up. All this while maintaining the alignment of your spine, not dipping into your lower back, but making the opening happen through the chest as you release down. Hold it down, really squeezing the shoulder blades together and moving the ribs in towards your back. So they're not splaying and opening forward, almost as if you have a corset that's closing them off to the front. Your belly button is very much sucked up in towards your spine. Your tailbone is high. Inhale, look up. Exhale, now you're going to go into a big back arch as you release your chest down to the floor as much as you can. Your forehead is welcome to come down onto the mat, but if you have more opening, then look forward with your chin onto the mat. We're getting a really big chest opener here, so keep reaching through your chest, trying to open it down towards the mat with your hips high, but your belly button still sucking up and in. It's kind of difficult to breathe here, just do your best. And release, walk yourself back up to a tabletop position. We'll move into a variation of child's pose. The elbows will come down onto the mat. You will scoot your knees right underneath you like in child's pose and sink back over your heels. Your palms will come together and they'll fold over your head towards your back. So your fingertips are pointing back towards your bum. Your elbows are onto the mat and your forehead is onto the mat. So it's like a bent elbow child pose here. It's just working to get a little more opening on the underside of your arm or those tricep muscles. Release your hands back down to the mat into a normal child's pose position. Look forward, step your feet back into a plank, but lower your lower half down. Press your elbows firmly into the mat and lift your chest up, squeezing your shoulder blades together as much as you can. Put a lot of nice pressure through your forearms to press out of the mat and lift the chest up into a cobra pose and release down. Arms will slide forward, fingertips tent up, toes tuck under. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, release your head. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, lower. Try to lift the chest with your head. Inhale, lift the upper back off the mat. Exhale, lower it back down. This next pose is a little bit funky. Palms go flat, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up off the mat and then release back down. Lift the hips off, look forward with your head, release the hips down. One more, lift the hips up high as you can and then release back down to the mat. Untuck your toes, stretch long, and then hands come underneath your armpits just to press you back up onto your hands and knees and come into the middle of your mat. And we will roll all the way back flat onto our backs. Your whole lower back should touch the mat. Walk your heels as close as you can to your bum, and then take a hold of your ankles with your hand in a C grip, or like a claw shape. Press your hips up to the ceiling as high as you can. Put the weight of your body into your heels, and then press your heels towards your chin. You're welcome to stay there in option 1. Option 2 is your hands go flat onto the mat with your fingertips pointing towards your toes. Option 3, you'll lift up onto your head. And the last one, you'll press through your arms to lift all the way up into a wheel. In this wheel pose, press your chest towards the wall in front of you and really try to straighten your arms as much as possible as you reach your chest forward to the wall in front of you and let your head hang loose. Hold it there and then release. Head comes down, tuck your chin in, let everything go. Your back will stay flat onto the mat. Your knees will fall over to the right side. Try to stack your knees on top of each other here. And twist to look back over your left shoulder. So you're in a spiraling position here from your head, your shoulder more, all the way down to your knees. Lift your knees back to the ceiling and then let them fall to the left. Stack your knees on top of each other. Look over your right shoulder in a spiral. Allowing yourself to really start to calm down. We're nearing the end of our movement practice for today. Nice full breath. Lift the knees back to the ceiling. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them. Rock from side to side, massaging out your lower back. Come into a happy baby by grabbing the outsides of your feet and allowing your hips and your knees to open and bend. Rock side to side, and you can play with straightening one leg or working to go to straight on one side and the other side as you rock back and forth. Play with what feels good. You can stretch both legs if you'd like. And come back, squeeze your knees together, hug them into your chest. Feel your whole back nice and relaxed on your mat underneath you. Release your legs. Your feet will come together, the soles of your feet into a butterfly position, and your hands will go onto your very lower belly. So you can really feel yourself breathing into your hands and out through your hands. And move into our meditation now. Choose a position. You can stay here, or you can stretch your legs out long, or you can come into that rested position with your knees knocked together and your feet on the outsides of the mat. Just find a position that feels very comfortable, something that you could sit in or lay in for a while as we go through this meditation. Make yourself as comfortable as you can in this moment, allowing yourself to just be. Notice whatever it is you notice. Your body may begin to relax more as you listen to my voice. Go deeply within. Trust that your body can find the best way to let go naturally. Your unconscious mind is an expert at balancing and healing in a safe and natural way. Change the natural aspect of life, like a tree that lets go of its leaves, seasons changing, the sea changing from liquid to air. Now focus on your breathing. Imagine you are breathing in that life energy through the soles of your feet. Breathe it up your body and out the top of your head. Breathing in through the soles of your feet, out the top of your head, and also through your fingertips. You may notice this life energy as a tingling or numb sensation in the soles of your feet or hands and fingertips. There is no right or wrong way to flow with this experience. Feel a pleasant, deepening sense of comfort and peace as you allow your body to relax more deeply. As you continue to listen to the positive and valuable words I share with you now, you have already started to activate a process of chiseling away worries, fear, anxiety, and anxieties in your subconscious mind. And this will continue with every second and every minute of every breath you take. Imagine you are walking on a warm beach. This can be any beach you like. You are there by yourself. Imagine walking so close to the sea that some of the waves touch your feet. I don't know what you notice most. Maybe it's the sound of the waves, the sand under your feet, the coolness of the water around your ankles, or the warmth of the sun, or the fresh, clean air. Or maybe it's a combination of all of these things. Suddenly you realize there is a thick rope tied around your waist. Behind you, at the end of the rope, is a big anchor that weighs heavy from accumulated thoughts, worries, and fears from the past and about the future. They hinder you and have held you back from inner peace and harmony, from joy and freedom. The rope is gnawing into your skin with each step. In front of you now, further ahead, you notice something glimmering in the sand. You walk towards it, carrying that heaviness with you. When you come closer to it, you realize it is a blade. You feel an energy link between you and that blade. Suddenly you notice your name appears on the handle of that blade. Your higher self knows that this blade is here for a reason. Like life has given you an opportunity, a chance, a choice to deliberately cut the rope and let it all go. Cut the rope now and let go of all the worry and unwanted feelings you've been dragging with you. Imagine the sun's rays warming and surrounding you in light energy, enveloping you, filling you with a peaceful silence and quietness. It flows through your very veins, permeating every cell in your body. Fill every molecule, atom of your body, mind, and spirit, allowing yourself to be healed and balanced, becoming very aware of that deep sense of peacefulness inside of you. I'll leave you in silence for a few moments as your body, mind, and spirit continue that process of letting go and healing. And you're doing good. It is time to come back now. Make your way onto your side and up to a seated position with your eyes closed. When you've reached your seated position, place your right hand onto your heart and your left hand onto your belly. And repeat in your mind, may these practices bring peace and clarity to any chaos that is going on around me. Again, may these practices bring peace and clarity to any chaos that is going on around me. Place your hands together over your heart. Thank you for practicing and meditating with me today. Peace be with you.